It's here. It's finally here. Team Fortress 2 Classic, or TF2C for short, is a fan-made version of TF2 that takes the general feel of 2008 to 2009 TF2 and runs wild with it, full of brand new maps, game modes, and weapons. TF2C trims the fat. Removed are the absolute adored fan favorites such as the Third Degree, the Sun on a Stick, the Natasha, the Southern Hospitality. But how about instead we have a rocket launcher that shoots one big rocket that travels in an arc, or a minigun that shoots hit-scan explosions. Maybe you'd like to try out Demoman's throwable dynamite or Spy's tranquilizer gun. Scout can literally just throw a brick. And those aren't even all of them. TF2C has had unique side raids available for every class for a while now. But early this year, they've released a brand new major update. The Double Down update features brand new maps, game modes, weapons, and chickens. Move over, Seal, and whatever the other one was. There's a new legend in town, and there he goes. In this video, we'll go over everything. I've had the chance to really play the hell out of this update, and I'm here to give you my thoughts on what the best TF2 fan game has to offer us this time. We're not wasting any more time, let's just get into it. When it comes to new weapons, the TF2 Classic team, Aminoma, continues their crusade towards making Medic really fun to play with the Rejuvenator. Turning the Medigun into a bona fide grenade launcher that launches glass baubles full of healing plasma, which heal any teammate caught in its splash radius. Now you can heal from a distance, heal multiple people at a time, actually use your brain when healing people, what a concept. As for its ubercharge, how about a throwable bubble that makes anyone inside of it invincible? The design of the weapon is just so cool. I love how it looks a lot bulkier than the other Mediguns to really sell this like oomph factor that it has. They really have just made the bandage cannon from Fortnite, but like awesome. Anyway, this Medigun side grade is incredible. I've always liked playing Medic, but the fact that his main source of healing just feels too passive has always barred him from becoming my main. But the Rejuvenator feels like it was really made as an answer to that. It's so satisfying to use. Seeing a cluster of teammates with mid to low health and just blasting them all with healing at the same time is a high comparable to your average Crusader's crossbow shot. You spend so much more time thinking about your movement, aim, and general positioning, and it all makes for an incredibly rewarding experience. There are a couple nitpicks I have with it though. It sports 8 shots before needing to reload, which does incentivize not like spamming it, not by much though. I think as it is now, the reload is too short to pose anything more than an annoyance. You can still pretty much just hold down the button as you aim, not too dissimilar to like the other Medic secondaries. I don't think the answer is making the reload longer though, as I could see that making it a lot more frustrating and slow to use. Rather, I think it could do with having an ammo pool. Currently, the Rejuvenator can reload infinitely, which is also shown on the HUD with an admittedly kinda weird looking way. I think it'd be even more engaging if it had like a limited ammo pool, say like 3 to 4 full clips before needing ammo. That would encourage you to think about your positioning even more, both thinking about not wasting your shots and just making your way to ammo packs and fallen weapons as well. Even still though, I think this is Medic's best weapon, just barely beating out vanilla TF2's crossbow. The Rejuvenator gets 10 brick throws out of 10 concussions. Really, really good stuff. Next up, we have the Cyclops, a brand new primary for the Demoman. There's only one grenade in the chamber, and it'll blow up when you let go of your mouse button. So what's the deal here? Well, this grenade has a couple unique properties in and of itself. When it explodes, it destroys any enemy demo's bombs, but also immediately detonates yours. This might not seem all that useful when paired with the sticky bomb launcher or even TF2 Classic's automatic mine layer, but it works wonderfully with TF2C's very own dynamite pack. The dynamite pack is a secondary that's quick to throw out but slow to detonate, making it a perfect 1-2 combo with the Cyclops. Throw the dynamite at their feet, throw a Cyclops bomb right on top of it, and as soon as you let that baby blow, it's glorious. What you've just experienced, my friend, is Demoman bowling. Also, that sound was in-game. That that plays when you pull off that trick. There's no feeling quite like it. Setting up that dynamite, then perfectly detonating your grenade right on top of it. This is the kind of thing that makes you feel like you're straight out of Meet the Demo Man or some shit. You know, it's like, bam, bam. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? You might be thinking that this then makes the primary a one-trick pony, but that couldn't be further from the truth. Hitting pipes was already such a satisfying thing to do in TF2. But now with the Cyclops controlled detonation, it makes it feel radically different and honestly somewhat easier to aim. While you can't do those quick 1-2s like with stock, you can instead put a lot more distance between you and your opponent when fighting, and allow yourself to be a lot more generous with your aim. Because even if you miss that direct, you can still detonate for some respectable mid-air splash. The Cyclops gets a level 8 Monoculus out of... who cares? Next up, we have the Admiralty Anchor, a melee for the soldier. And I'm just gonna let my good friend and market gardener professional SoundSmart Party Pug TV tackle this one.
Way hey and up she rises, way hey and up she rises, way hey and up she rises, only to come plummeting down with a destructive force as powerful as the meteor that killed the dinosaurs. Yo, my bro Stegosaurus. The Anchor is the latest and, in my opinion, greatest soldier melee. Not like there's much else to choose from. Team Fortress 2 Classic. And the devs have outdone themselves with this new update and have provided us with what I believe is their most fun weapon. But why? How does it work? Let's check out the stats. Gravity or something, I'm not sure. As the game's answer to the market gardener, this weapon prioritizes fast, fun, and flashy kills. Essentially, you jump up high above the clouds and land on your opponent like an anvil from the cartoons. You don't need to swing. Once you hit the ground, a great earthquake erupts and hits everyone around you. Think of it like the splash of the rocket, but you're placing yourself in the center of the action. The damage will depend on how high you fell. One thing that's really fun about this weapon, and makes it different from the market gunner, is the insane gravity increase you're gonna get. This ain't no easy jet, breezy drift through the skies. You got no time to see the sights and land up that fat, precise hit. Once you're up there and you have bring this puppy out, you'll be hitting the ground ASAP. Plus 30% gravity is actually listed as a negative, but honestly, it makes avoiding an anchor slam 1,000 times harder if you know what you're doing. If you fucking drifted down like a feather with the anchor, it'd be easy to just swat you away like a fly. Just don't bring it out at shit time, and this should be more of a positive rather than a negative. The only real downside with this weapon is air shots. The line all sound Smithians fear most. A bombing soldier has now become a glass cannon, with a single shot wiping your boy out with an awesome sound effect to boot. Oh yeah, and there's no random crits. For this, you'll be trading in bulk for insanely awesome kills and insane movement potential. If you think that's worth the trade, you won't be scammed. This, in my opinion, is a banger weapon. 5 out of 5. Honestly, could be added to TF2. Anyway, I must go now. I hand the mic to you, brother Indy.
Take your clothes off.
There is one last weapon I haven't talked about yet, but we're gonna save that for later. Now, I want to talk about the new maps. Classic has its own share of brand new game modes exclusive to it, and almost all of them have received brand new maps in this patch. First up is Railway for the newly reworked Domination game mode. Domination is a simple game mode. There's 3 to 4 control points that either team can capture. The more points you have captured, the faster your team's counter on the top of the screen goes up. If it goes up to a certain number, depending on the map, boom, you win. It's this incredibly fun tug and pull, and it's pretty much impossible to hold down all 3 points, so you can always find an angle to attack from to gain back the lead. Even more so now that they've reworked it somewhat, and now there's a chance to gain some catch-up points by quickly taking the control points back. With this beautiful sunset violet sky, Railway basically puts you inside a train death trap. It's really got that cramped but good feeling that a lot of those forgotten 2008-ish maps I've been playing recently have as well. Also, it's probably the first time in years I've been trampled by a train I genuinely didn't see coming. And come they do. Why did I write that? For the Domination game mode, we also have Sawtooth, which is honestly stretching the limits of just how pretty this game can be. Taking that beloved Alpine aesthetic and just doing something to it, like wow, I cannot stop looking at this map. It's a really solid Domination map, but it does have a little bit of a learning curve when it comes to intuiting where all the control points are. I have found myself just wandering aimlessly on this one from time to time. Still fun though. Next up, we're on TD Sunnyside. This map's chosen front is a chicken farm, and these little chicks are free to roam as they please. Under the territorial domination game mode, all Sunnyside wants from you is to have all the control points on the map capped to win. The chickens lay eggs that you can use as small health packs as well. It's another map where I feel like I'm lost most of the time. But that's probably only because the map is new. The other territorial domination map, Caper, took some time getting used to as well, but now it's one I really enjoy. So I don't doubt Sunnyside's going to be the same way. Now I think it's finally time we go ahead and talk about the big new additions surrounding this little guy. The VIP, or more commonly referred to as the Civilian, is TF2C's 10th class. Exclusive to his own VIP game mode, the whole shtick about the Civvy is that he's the class you need to protect as he caps objectives. He only sports an umbrella melee that lets you mini-crit boost teammates, and that's about it. Well, with this update, things have changed. Introducing VIP Race. That's right, there's 2 of them now. Each VIP wants to escape via car, but...
Ugh! This car's paint job is hideous! I'm insulted and offended that you would think I'd drive this.
Come on, he has a point. So, you gotta cap the central point and then make your way to your car. All the while, your team is trying to balance both protecting you and stopping the other VIP. The 2 maps for this new game mode are honestly really fun. We have 2 Bridge and Drizzle, with 2 Bridge definitely taking the cake as my favorite. I'm a sucker for nighttime maps, and the whole bridge area is just a perfect concoction of some awesome interactions waiting to happen. As VIP, your interactions are no longer bound to just giving mini crits, as the Civilian finally gets his first side grade for the umbrella. The Derby Cane, on top of just looking incredibly stylish, trades the mini crit boost for a haste boost, basically giving your teammates faster movement, firing, and reloading. It's really good for those bum rushing plays where you let like a demo or a scout run way ahead of the pack and get some good frags in while you close the distance. It's really fun to get haste. I'd argue sometimes even more fun than the mini crits because it finally lets me live my dream of a slightly less fat scout. Look, can I just talk to you seriously for a second? I have been playing TF2 for well over a decade now, and I have to say that this fan game is the most fun I've had playing TF2 possibly ever. It looks better, it runs better, it feels better to play. Its additions are just so much fun, like these developers really know how to make something great. But there's also that something more. When you start to be a regular in this game, you start to see the same faces every match. It really starts to feel like this cozy corner of the internet, where you know that every time you get on, you'll be playing on a good server with nice people, and you're just guaranteed to have fun, pretty much. This is a TF2 where you can rest assured that there's a dev team behind it, actively working behind the scenes to make sure everything's both balanced and fun. And trust me, these people work hard, all for free. The next major update could come out at any moment, and whenever it does, I experience the same excitement I did back when the Gunmetal update came out like a decade ago. It's been that long, holy shit. The best TF2 experience is only a couple clicks away down in the description. I really, wholeheartedly recommend you download it. And if you ever see Phil, the game review guy in game, that's not me, so feel free to harass him. Also, yes, it has been announced for Steam in the middle of me making this video, but it's not going to come out till way later this year, and I really wholeheartedly recommend you get started playing on it now because it's the best fucking thing ever, 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 ever. Please play it. Before you go ahead and play TF2 Classic like you should, I want to shield the fact that me and a very talented team have released an animated pilot called Cloud Chasers.
Look at the view count!
12 billion views!
And check this out!
Anyway guys, before we get back to this epic plane crash compilation, just gonna shout out today's sponsor, Disney. Make sure to watch Mickey Mouse or something on there.
He's literally just mumbling into the mic. How the fuck did he get sponsored by Disney?
This is something I've spent almost all of last year working on, so please watch it and let me know what you think. My name's Indy, and I hope you stick around.